welcome or welcome back to the channel. I'm Carlie Forrest and today we're flipping. So I've always wanted to flip furnitures and a very wise person told me, just do it. Yep, so that's what I did. I found this piece online on the German equivalent of Craigslist for like €5 and I went to pick it up. It was a very nice old couple. The drawer had a little problem and the lady was like, oh, maybe you have a strong man at home to help you fix that. And I was like, nah, I can't fix that. I don't have a strong man at home to help me fix that. I can fix that myself. Without further ado, let's get into it. So I started by removing the hardware and I also checked everywhere where there were screws. You will see in the next clip here, you can see most of the screws were pretty deep down in the piece, so I was thinking I can just cover them with some wood filler, but a couple of them I just tried to like put them more inside because I wanted to see if I could cover them, but a couple of them I just couldn't because I would just screw them and they were just turning into nothing. You can see I tried with a hammer, but it doesn't really work out. I then started removing the feet. There were some wheels that were on it that I actually used. I put them like on a piece of wood that I had, and then I used it to like move the thing around. I also decided like a lot of things were kind of loose. The drawer fronts and some of the pieces on the inside. So I just went everywhere and tried to like glue everything together with some wood glue that I had already at home. So I pressed everything down together, try to like get it nicely to fit, and I then just cleaned a little bit the glue. It's better like when you sand afterwards, you don't want to have glue residue everywhere. And here you can see the pieces of wood that have the drawer sliding in were all pretty loose. So I just went in and did that with all of them and just tried like put them in to have them pretty well in place. I then decided to remove the part that was on the floor because I didn't like it was sticking out, so I was like, oh, I'm gonna remove it, and I do feet. I want to build feet that I could put on it, and so I wanted it to be like a clean slate. I didn't like that it was like a little bit sticking out, so I just went in with a jigsaw that I actually borrowed from a friend. So I didn't invest in a saw yet. So that went out actually pretty well. It wasn't as hard as I thought it would be. I was really afraid to like touch the inside part of the piece, so I tried to like, as you can see here, I got a problem with this part, but I'm not really like on the line. I'm a little bit outside of the line, and that was because I was just afraid to touch the inside and like break the saw. I then proceeded to sanding the whole piece. I think I did 3 different grid. That was 80, then 120 and 220. I wouldn't do that again, to be honest. I did a lot of mistakes, but it was the first piece, so that's okay. I don't think it was necessary to be sanding down the whole piece with 3 different paper grids when I was going to actually paint most of it. I painted like almost the whole thing. Only the drawers I left in the wood color. I'm having a little coffee here because obviously it's Saturday morning, so you know you want to get your coffee going. So yeah, I just proceeded sending everything. I'm at the drawers now. I didn't put like the whole footage because it's not that interesting. You get the drift. You just take the sender and you go for it. I don't have an orbital sender. I have just like a normal straight sender, so I'm trying to like keep it straight because you should kind of like try to send in like the same direction as the wood goes. I did an internship at a but with woodworkers once, and they were like, you should have to try to go with the wood. This part was really hard to do. I kept like just bumping my fingers on the sides. So if anybody has a good solution to be sanding inside, because like I couldn't remove the down part. I thought about it afterwards actually, and I tried, but I couldn't. Like the thing was glued in, and I kept just hurting myself all the time, and I didn't do a good job with the sanding, to be honest. So after I used an electric sander, I went with paper too. Here is the second coat. You can step with some wood filler too. In where the hardware was, you'll see later that it was not a good idea. I should not have done that. But at this point, I didn't really know what was my plan. So I was just like, you know what? Let's just fill those holes, and later we'll see what we're gonna do with that. So I'm going in again here, and obviously I clean. I didn't show it, I think, in the video, but obviously I also cleaned with a wet cloth afterwards that I put in water. So first with the vacuum cleaner, and then with the cloth. Here I'm like trying to like calculate for the feet. So I bought this little this piece of wood. Here you can see I already cut everything. I don't remember the measurement. But it took me a while to do everything. I was trying to do pocket holes here for fixing the drawers together, and let me tell you, that did not go very well. This clamp that I used was not ideal at all. I ended up buying other clamps later that were much better, but I don't know. I guess I didn't really know how to use it, because the screws ended up being way too far away, and so it went through. We're moving on to the paint. So this is the paint I chose. I got it from like the hardware store here in Germany. I really liked it, but I realized after the fact that two things. First off, I should not have started with just a brush like this. I spread the paint quite unequally, which was not a very good thing. And second, you could see the wood through, so I think I would prime next time I use this particular paint. It was a double, like a primer and a paint in one, but I didn't like that you could see through the paint that much. And here I'm just coating the front of the drawers was like see-through coating. See, on the second coat, I did 3 coats altogether. I went in with a roller to have a better, like equal amount of paint everywhere, and that was much better. I should have just started with a roller, but yeah, you learn. So I will definitely do that the next time. I recommend using a roller to have a better amount of paint everywhere on the piece, and not having like big blobs of paint in some places, which I end up having. Here I'm trying to like build feet again, because the other one was too small, so I'm like, oh, maybe I should take just a bigger piece of wood. It did not work out either the way I intended. I do not know how to do the pocket holes and how to do the drawers, or like the drawer. It's not a drawer. How to mount them together, so I just gave up. So I used to give up on trying to make feet. I wanted to do, like I shown before, like nice feet I made out of wood, and I got those guys off of Amazon. Because let me tell you, did not have the right tools, didn't have the right technique, or anything really that would make it work. But now, just notice, I'm going to show you guys those little things. They're too big. And I do not want to get something new. I've been on this thing for a while, and I'm kind of done with it. So it's my first piece anyway. I guess it doesn't matter. It's a learning curve. I'll show you what it looks like. Put those guys here, you're pretty good. It's like the perfect size. But if you put those guys here, there's a hole, and you can see that. Put it like this, basically ends up being in a hole. So I don't know. I'm thinking about just moving it like that. Oh, look. Fits the previous holes. That's actually perfect. Yeah, so I think I'll just do that, and I'll just roll with it. Also, I made another thing that is a little bit stupid. And as you can see, here, I had filled it with wood filler, because I wasn't really sure what I was going to do with the handle, the hardware. and I ended up getting something that actually will probably fit into this hole. So I think I will have to just open the hole again. Yes, I did have to open the hole again. I'm doing the feet here, so it was a pretty easy technique. Nothing hard. It was even like too easy. It was like going through like butter. I was like, those things feels like maybe it's not gonna hold for that long. But also, what do I know about this? I should have just done that from the start, to be honest. I don't know why I was like, oh, I want to make my own feet, which is something I've never done before. I should have just gone much easier on my first piece. I think, I don't know, I had a precise idea of what I wanted in mind, and when I have a fixed idea, it's really hard for me to change my mind. But you learn as you go and as you grow. Here you can see the hardware that I chose. It's really pretty actually, and I hurt myself there. Ouch. I had to reopen the holes, but it was harder than I thought, but it wasn't hard. So wood finished pretty good, because for one of the hole I had to go and make a hole with like a drill bit, kind of. Not for this one, but for the second one. So that's it. So that's it for the video. Before the great reveal, a couple of last thoughts. I made a lot of mistakes. I spent a lot of time on the piece, much more than I thought I would. I had kind of calculated my time, but at the end of the day, I think I ended up spending a third more, or like doubling even the time that I spent on it. I didn't spend a lot of money, maybe about 20 euros of investment, but I did spend a lot of time. I should not have tried to make feet. I should have just bought them, because it was the first time I was doing something like this, and I don't have like a wood workshop at home. As you can see, I have a balcony, which is already pretty good, but I live in an apartment in a building. I have limited resources for that. So yeah, I don't know if it's worth it, because I haven't sold the piece yet, and that's mainly because I haven't put it online yet, because I was away for a little bit, so I was like, I'm not gonna be able to ship it, but I will try to sell it and see how that goes. I've already bought another thing to start working on. I have a lot of different projects, so make sure you like and subscribe if you want to see more. I think it's time for the great reveal. Thank you for watching. Bye.